Hello everyone, it's Lauren J. Welcome back, or welcome if you're new. I like to do get ready with me style videos using products that are new to me, or just need a little bit more love in my collection. Today I've got some new products and lots of things that need more love in my collection. So if you're interested in what I picked up and what I'm trying on today, please keep watching. Okay, new products. I know I don't need any more blush. Fine. So here's my long excuse about how and why I bought new stuff from Chanel. And you could say, you know what, Lauren, you could just not buy things from Chanel. And I would say, you're wrong. You're very wrong. I can't not buy new things from Chanel sometimes because they make my heart happy. Chanel's my happy place. Whatever you think, whatever you want to think about that, think away. I have new stuff from Chanel. Anyway, I also had some Ulta points. And once again, I did not save up my points like I usually do. You usually save up your 120, or no, you usually save up your 2,000 points to get your $125. It's the best deal. I've actually not been making a ton of purchases on Ulta recently or with my Ulta card to get the points, so I just spent the $86 that I had in points and a little bit extra to get the three things that I picked up here today. So all that to say, there's a lot to say. So the Chanel fall collection did drop, and it has dropped kind of in different pieces and different parts in different retailers, and it finally dropped at Ulta actually a few weeks ago, and I was like, that doesn't happen often. Usually the limited edition collections really don't drop at Ulta, so I sat on it because I have been, you know, a little bit unsure about this collection. I think a lot of people have been unsure about this collection. It's a little bit not sure what's going on there, but it's kind of different, it's kind of cool, but also like, how is it actually going to look? So I finally decided I couldn't help myself. I wanted that blush and I wanted that mascara, so I did pick up a blush and a mascara from the fall collection. So I picked up the Leopard de Chanel in Blood Orange, and a lot of it was because I love the color and also because I love the embossing on this. I will show that to you in a minute. And you all know that I am obsessed with the Noir Allure mascara, so they came out with the Amytheste color. So this is a deeper color than the Lilas, which I also love. So I am hoping that this is nice and defining and pretty. So those are the two things that I picked up from the fall collection from Chanel. So this is the collection that was created by Cecile Paravina. I think it's Cecile or Cecilia Paravina. She's part of the Comet Collective. This is her first solo, or at least her first drop for the Comet Collective. And there are a few other pieces that I am interested in, that sort of orangey brownish nail polish, not the actually the multifaceted one. I think that's very pretty, but I feel like I also have that. But the more fall feeling nail polish, the more brownie orange one, I would love to pick that up. And then there are some of the little matte lipsticks. I would love to pick up that orange one, but that was not on the Chanel website when I went to go look at it, so maybe not. Again, I don't need more lipstick, so we'll see. But I am intrigued by this collection. I really love the theme and the story behind it. So this is the Leopard de Chanel, like I said, and it comes in the blood orange color. And then it comes similar to the Fantasy de Chanel format. So you have two little velvet pouches. One has the little brush, which is the brush that came with the Fantasy de Chanel last year. And then you have the blush. It says Leopard de Chanel, blood orange, and it does have the color on the back. And then when you flip it open, this is 14 grams of product, or 0.49 ounces, so half an ounce of product. And then when you open it, you just slide this out, and it is the same format as the Fantasy de Chanel, except this one is a matte blush, and it is this really beautiful color. I've swatched it a little bit. It seems a little bit more salmony, maybe a little bit more peachy, but we'll see how it goes on the cheeks. But this embossing is too good for me to miss out on. And I get that that's a strange thing with makeup, that some people just don't understand why people are obsessed with like embossing and makeup, but it's just so, so cool. Like, you've got the tarot, you've got the deck of cards here, you've got the number 5, and then it's almost like not even embossed. It's almost like it almost looks like it's printed in a slightly deeper color, these little CCs and the little trim around each of the cards. And I just think this is so, so cool. And I don't know, I just couldn't miss out. And yeah, so here we are. And I know it's just embossing, it's gonna wear away over time, whatever. It's my money, don't worry about it. So there's all the excuses as to why I bought what I bought. And then there is the Noir Allure Mascara. We all know the deal with this. It is like the Rouge Allure lipsticks where you just pop it up. This one has this deep purple amethyst color. There's almost a blue hint to it. It's very ultraviolet, at least that's what it looks like on the wand. Also note that this is a red comb, so a red brush mascara, so it's gonna look a little bit, you can see kind of the red comb underneath, so that is gonna like affect the way you kind of see it on the mascara brush. But I'm really, really excited to see how this looks on the eyes. And this collection is just giving me spooky Halloween vibes. I love it so much. I love that Chanel went with this and just went with the spooky, kind of muddy and very orange and purple. And of course, orange and purples have been really big all year. Orange and purple were a big part of their summer collection, and purples were a big part of their spring summer collection. One collection kind of leads to the other, and I just like how they can all be used together. I have, of course, started out with skincare and sunscreen on my face. I have primed my eyes with the Ulta Matte Eye Primer, and I've done my brows with the Stylo Sourcils from Chanel in Brun Clair. So, what am I going to start with on my eyes today? Well, we're going to just go for it with the Halloween look, because I am feeling the fall vibes, and I know everyone's doing the fall burgundy look right now. I'm just going to go for orange and purple. So I'm going to start with Neon Dahlia from the summer collection, and I spoke about this I think in my last video, how I was using this as a liner to sort of get one of the looks from the fall collection, sort of mimic one of the lined looks from the fall collection. Today I'm just going to go full on and use this as a shadow, all over shadow. You can see this has like a ton of sparkle in it, but it is very, very pretty purpley. Just such a beautiful shade. I'm getting very like sorcery vibes from this, because that's the whole like idea of the collection, is tarot and fortune telling, and sort of leaning into more of that kind of side of Halloween coming through a medium. So like, I don't know, I think this color is very indicative of sort of that sort of fortune teller vibe. I'm getting like kind of like a fortune teller in a back room behind a curtain with a crystal ball and reading tarot cards or reading your palm or something, you know, very much those kind of vibes is what I'm getting from the fall collection. So I think this color kind of lends itself to that. And before I get into the new Chanel products, I have a new About Face product. So you guys know I love a lot of products from About Face. I love their lip liners and I love their eye primer, and so I wanted to try one of their shadow sticks. So this is the shadow stick. This is the matte shadow stick in, what is this color? It says it on here somewhere. Butterfly Collective. And this is just a matte, I think it's described as a matte tangerine. And I picked this up because it's got those Halloween vibes. Obviously, it's a matte orange, making me think of pumpkins. And there was a version of the Stylo Ombré et Contour that was supposed to come in like a matte orange, but I think it was only released in Europe or only released in certain markets. I don't believe that it came to the US, so I never got a chance to try it out. But we're going to try this out as a liner today. Like look at that. That's so pretty. That is just so stunning and so pigmented. And this is the similar concept to the Stylo Ombré Contour in that it has the sharp tip, so you can use it for a graphic line or as an all-over shadow. I swatched this on the back of my hand yesterday when I got it from Ulta, and it did not come off. It lasted through hand washing, it lasted through sweating. Like, it was insane how like just one tiny little swatch on the back of my hand did not come off until I was in the bathtub, and I kind of like just scrubbed at it after it was kind of wet. It was just completely. Now we'll see how this goes on my kind of oily eyelids, but I just, I love that. I love that together. Like Halloween vibes, Halloween vibes. Just like, that's what I'm just going to keep saying during this whole thing. And I love Halloween. Halloween is one of my favorite. You can tell how excited I am. Halloween is one of my hands down favorite holidays. It's fun, it's spooky. I don't like gory gross, but I do love spooky, and I love the orange and purple together. We're gonna throw a little bit of green in there. I love everything about it. It makes me feel like Halloween makes the world fun. I don't know, it just does. And I always like that little hint of spookiness as well. I'm vibing with this color story right now. Nothing revolutionary, but I really just love it. I'm actually going to take a little bit of one of my beloved Lorac palettes. This is the one I don't use that a ton, but I do want to use it today. So this is the Noir palette. Comes with 18 shades. I don't know what's going on with Lorac. They haven't released anything. The only time they post on their Instagram is when Ulta has a 50% off sale. So Lorac, figure out what you're doing, bring out something new. Another one of these would be great, maybe a smaller one. I don't know. I like your stuff. Please don't die, I guess. Please don't fade away. Please just come out with something new that I want to purchase. Anyway, I'm going to take one of these beautiful shimmery shades here. These are one of these beautiful wet look shades that Lorac does so well. It's called White Diamond. And it's got a bit of a violet flash to it, but it's like this white, sparkly, pearly kind of thing. And I'm just going to tap that on top, just to amp that up a little bit. See how that just gives it something extra? It's like the particles are a little bit bigger, a little bit shinier, a little bit brighter. But the purple is definitely coming through. Kind of gives it that like interstellar look. So pretty. It's like a galaxy. I don't know. I'm having too much fun today, guys, to be any good at this, but I just love when makeup is fun and themed like this. It's so fun, and that's why I've been so happy with the direction that Chanel has gone with the Comet Collective. I've talked ad nauseum about this, but I love the way they've been doing the Comet Collective collections. They have just been so reinvigorating of the brand for me personally, and I know a lot of people have had different feelings about them. Totally fine, I get it. I've seen a lot of youth and color and vibrancy put into the collections, and I really just, it really makes me excited about makeup again. I don't know, I love colorful makeup, so getting it from Chanel is like just a plus, because I feel like they kind of go for an aesthetic that is not really flashy. It's very soft, it's very something you can rely on, and that has absolutely its place. But when I have a collection that has a lot of the basics already at a much lower price point, what I want from a luxury brand is a little bit of pizzazz and a little bit of something different. Because if you're not going to give me any new packaging or anything like that, I want a theme, I want some color, I want some embossing. I'm just going to say it. That's what I want from a luxury brand, because I do have so much makeup and I have all the basics. So collections like this get me kind of excited. Whether the execution actually follows through with pigmentation and that, we will see. Let's get into the base products before we get into the blush. So I have my Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Blurring Balm Powder. So that just sort of primes my face, acts as a little bit of concealer, and kind of takes down some of the redness on my face. And then I'm gonna go in as per usual with my Yummy Skin Serum Skin Tint in 3, mixed with a little bit of the Beiges Sheer Healthy Glow, I can never remember, Sheer Healthy Glow Highlighting Fluid. Okay guys, so the base is down and I'm getting to the exciting part right now. I get so excited to share a new makeup like this. Like, I usually try to be a very calming presence, but sometimes when you get new makeup that you're just really excited about, you just want to, that's part of what my channel is about, is just having fun and being enthusiastic about sharing things with like-minded people. So I hope you're kind of enjoying this, even if I'm kind of bouncing off the walls right now, because I just love makeup like this. It's so fun. So here is the Blood Orange La Terre de Chanel. This is a matte color blush. And let's look at that embossing one more time. I'm hoping you can see it. It's just, I'm hoping you cannot see my face and you can actually see the embossing in there. It's so amazing. Okay, that's just pressing it in a little bit, and you can see I've got some on there. Okay, you can see a little bit of that salmony pink. A little bit more. It seems to be building nicely, but it's nice and smooth on the skin. And again, I'm just tapping in here. I'm not, and it's coming up actually quite nicely. I really like the formula of the blush. It's just really smooth and feels really blendable, and it's easy to pick up. Just tapping in there with, this is just a BH Cosmetics brush, nothing special. And yeah, I'm kind of layering it on, but like, it's really pretty. Like, I can see that salmon pinkiness, but I can also see that orangey color. So it's not like a red orange. Like a blood orange would make you think, oh, it's like a really deep red orange. But no, it's like it's an orange, but it's not. I think the blood orange is more to go along with like the Halloween theme, like, ooh, bloody, like whatever. But yeah, I don't know. Or maybe I just don't know what a blood orange is. I thought that was one of those red colored oranges. That's why it's called blood orange, right? I don't know. Let me give this little brush a whirl here. Just gonna boop that down. Okay. Try that along. Ooh. Like that. Just kind of going around the edges, the hairline, doing a little bit of blush touring. So give my face some more color. It's a nice application. It's not the best, but it is soft. It is picking up product. And it is working very nicely along the hairline. Ooh, there we go. There's the color. There's that color right there. Big old dab of it. And then finally we'll try it with the Chanel blush brush. This is the 110 that came in the sets for the Code Color collection. You can see it, just pick that up. Picks it up pretty nicely. And it does deepen up really nicely. And I can see more of that reddishness to it, but I still think it's more of like a salmon-y, peachy, but I wouldn't say it's completely peach. I would say I see where they're getting the orange in there. I'm not actually, you know, I'm not seeing a deep red or anything. But I am definitely seeing a deepness to it. And again, I love this matte color. Like, this matte formula is really, really pretty. It's going on really nicely. It doesn't feel patchy. Feels like it's blending out. Even when I got a lot over here, I think I've been able to blend it out into my skin tone really well. Yeah, that's really, really pretty. I really like that. Okay, I'm just gonna deepen it up a little bit with some bronzer. So I'm going into the Guerlain Terracotta Golden Leopard bronzer. This is from last year's holiday. I'm just using the blush brush going in. This can be a little bit deep and a little bit red, so I'm just gonna use it under the cheekbones. Definitely like the little bit of deepening up better, so you can see I've got a little bit of a more deeper tone, but I still have the matte blush kind of glowing over top of everything. So I have that more deeper sculpting on the bottom of my face and around the edges, but then I have that bright orange, the beautiful matte glowing orange on my face. You can still see it, and I'm loving it with this eye look. I think this eye look is fun, and I just like the way it's also kind of setting off my eyes. Anyway, Meteorites from the holiday collection. I don't have a lot left. It's a lot of dust in there. And a lot of dust here. Oof. And you can still see the blush underneath. I think I want to top it up a little bit more on top of that Meteorites and just go back in and give it a little bit more color because I really enjoy this. Yeah, just gonna really amp that up a little bit. And again, that texture is really beautiful. Just a little bit of residue in the pan, just like a little bit of, like, you can see that it's coming up. It's not super tightly packed or super tightly pressed. Like you can see the bristles, even just tapping it in, are loosening up the powder really nicely. Super happy. And now I'm sad because I'm going to want to use it, and now I know that I'm going to wipe away the embossing. So I'm not going to buy it back up. It's not what's going to happen. I'm going to use my products. But I'm sad that I love it because now I want to use it. That's weird. That's weird. You should not be sad that you love a product. Okay, so now that we got everything powdered down, we're going to go in with a little bit of mascara. So we're going to go in with the Noir Allure Amytheste mascara. This is in number 27, released with the fall collection. So let's go in and see how this works. First time trying this. Ooh. I like it. I really do. Okay, well, it's gonna have to dry down, but application, initial impression, really liking it. At least under these lights, I'm really liking it. Okay, so here's my thing about this mascara. I love this color. Now, I don't know what's going on this side. This side decided to be clumpy and tangled mess. This side looks fine. And I can see the color of, as it's drying down, I can see like the ultraviolet in it, and it's super pretty against the orange liner. This side, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's, I woke up and my lashes were tangled and twisted, or if the mascara is just too wet and it just clumped. But I don't feel like they're big clumps, it's just my lashes are all kind of twisted together. So I don't know if there's a different formula with this. It seems like the same formula, and it is a beautiful color. So I'm gonna have to get back to you on maybe this dries out a little bit and does a better job, or maybe my eyelashes are just all messed up today. But yeah, I'm just like, I even took a Q-tip and tried to, like, I need a lash comb or something. It's just, I don't know what's going on today. It's either user error or it's slightly a little bit too clumpy right now and needs to dry out a little bit. So beautiful color though. That's where I am with this, and I do like the Noir Allure formula. I know, again, a lot of people don't like it, but as far as the color, as far as the coverage, absolutely beautiful. Like, I turn my head and I can see that deep, like, ultraviolet purple there. But then if you look straight ahead, it just looks like a nice black defining mascara. So I'm gonna hold my judgment on that because I don't know what's going on. I don't feel like it is a clumping issue. I feel like it's like my eyelashes are all tangled because I sleep on this side. I don't know, but I will let you know. But I really do love the color, so I can see a place for it in my collection. So what are we gonna do to finish this all off? We are gonna go with a nice deep purple lipstick, and I call it purple. It's not a true purple, but this is Rouge 2.55 from the 31 Le Rouge collection. Just love this deep wine color right now. It's a beautiful satin lipstick. You can see it leans much more purple on me, not really brown at all, but it's got that deepness to it. And the formula is just absolutely beautiful. All right, guys, here is the finished look with all my jewelry and my hair down. And I did do a little bit of blotting on the lipstick just to take it down a little bit. But I really, really love the vibe of this look. I think it is pretty and sophisticated, but also like fun and Halloween-y. I don't know, I like it. And I gotta figure out what's going on with my eyelashes today, but I don't know, I like this. I love that blush. It's so pretty and so smooth. So pretty and so smooth. And let me do a quick comparison between this blush, the blood orange, and the peach double blush from last fall. Okay, so here is the Douceur de Equinox from last fall. I still love this packaging so much with the fall leaves on it. And this is in 797 Beige Edge Coral, so this was the more peachy version. And you can see it comes in a little bit larger compact. And you can see, I haven't not used this a ton, but this was the peachier one with the fall leaves embossed into it. I still love this so much, but let's do a quick swatch and just mix it all up in there. So there's the Coral Beige at Coral. I don't have much of the middle shade in there, but I think that's okay. And then we have Blood Orange here. That comes up really, really easily. Don't need very much, honestly. Quite pigmented. And again, not pressed as hard, but you can see this one is a little bit pinker. This one, not as much. They're very similar, I would say, but I would say this one has a little bit more of a sheen to it on the bottom, a little bit of a sheen. I do think it is supposed to be a matte blush, but it does look to me like it has a little bit of a sheen to it. But this one is definitely very, very matte, even if it does have a little bit of glow to it. I'm not saying it's like matte, like it absorbs no light. It's flat, but it just feels like a little bit, the formula is a little bit more powdery, a little bit more matte, a little bit hard, less pressed than this one. So that is the comparison. Up to you whether you think they're too similar or not. I just love having both in my collection. Again, I just love this color, so pretty. And I don't know, I really am loving berries for fall, but I can deal with a nice orange cheek. It's very pretty. So I hope you like the final look. I'm really, really loving it. Actually, the essay that I purchased from is currently texting me pictures of the holiday collection as we speak. So I want to go look at those real quick. So there's probably going to be another purchase on the horizon. I know, guys, I am very, very much trying to be thoughtful about what I'm buying, but Chanel, again, is just lighting my fire with their collections recently, and the new holiday collection looks insanely beautiful. I hope you enjoyed today's look using new and old favorites, using Lorac, Chanel, Danessa, Myricks, Guerlain, all of my favorite brands. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Any of those would be welcome. All of them would be deeply, deeply appreciated. And I will see you in the next one.